all of the advice that you see online for people coming to Japan for a short period, 1 month, 1 week, 2 weeks, 6 months, 1 year, they don't want to learn Japanese to the N1 level. They don't want to learn kanji. They don't want to learn keigo. They have no interest in perfectly speaking Japanese, but they do want to learn phrases. They want to learn easy Japanese just so they can get around while they're here. They can have a decent time while they're in Nihon. All of the advice that you guys see online is suboptimal. Trust me, I'm about to drop some knowledge that nobody's probably told you ever before. Forget hiragana, forget kanji, forget studying grammar, forget studying sentences, forget even studying a lot of expressions outside of the basic nani nani wa doko desu ka? Where is the blank? Sumimasen, excuse me. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Onegai shimasu. Gochisou sama deshita. Arigatou gozaimasu. Those phrases, all yes, useful. What you're going to need to do is learn katakana. Learn katakana. If you guys know anything about Japanese, there are 3 alphabets, 3 different types of characters used in Japanese. There is hiragana, which is basically the alphabet, but it's Japanese. There is kanji, which are Chinese characters that don't actually have sounds on them. They have many different sounds. They can be used as basically any sounds. You can even make up your sounds for that kanji. It's more of just an idea. Forget kanji. It's difficult. If you're not trying to learn Japanese to the full extent, if you're not trying to be fluent in the language, forget it. If you're just coming for a little time, learn katakana. I mentioned hiragana earlier. Hiragana is simply the Japanese alphabet. Katakana is literally the exact same alphabet, all of the same sounds. Think of it as basically just in a different font. And the reason that they are in a different font is because they represent foreign words, English words, Spanish words, Portuguese words, words that they use in Japanese. Even if they have Japanese words for them as well, for whatever reason, they prefer to use the foreign word. For example, pan. For all my Spanish speakers out there, do you guys know what pan is? Pan is bread. Yet in Japanese, there's no word for bread. It's pan. They use this in katakana. Katakana. Pa and n. Now, if you are coming to Japan on vacation and you're like, where do I even start? How do I start learning grammar? What phrases should I learn? Should I get a private tutor so I can learn all of this kanji? What textbook should I rent? I'm not going to be there in Japan for more than 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, but I want to learn as much as possible just so I can get around. Forget speaking in full sentences, bro. It's not even worth it. Too difficult, too much time consumption. Learn katakana. Learn how Japanese people pronounce English words, foreign words, French words, German words, because they use so much, especially in today's world. In 2025, they have so many foreign words that they use for items such as sumaho, smartphone, smartphone. Even if there's a Japanese word for it, they prefer to use the English one, sumaho. The Japanese word is keitai denwa. Think of it like this. You go to a restaurant, you're here in Japan. You're wondering, how do I ask for 1 water at the restaurant? Now, you could go through the pain of getting a textbook, learning how to ask for something, blank, blank. Wo, what is wo? What is the particle wo? What does that mean? O kudasai. What does kudasai mean? Please, okay. Then you have to learn how to put the entire sentence together. You have to learn the word for water. You have to remember what is wo, what is kudasai. I don't remember any of these things. You need to study not only the sounds, kudasai, what the fuck is that? And then you have to remember actually what it means. You're at the restaurant. Mitsu, wo, kudarai. Like, it's so difficult to remember that. Now, you might think that this is slightly more rude, but let's be honest, if you're not bothering to learn the entire language anyways, you're doing your best, you're putting in some effort, it's the best you're going to be able to do. Go up to someone, instead of learning how to say, omizu o kudasai, ohiya o kudasai, shitotsu o kudasai. Fuck all that. Forget all that shit. Literally just go and say, 1 water. If you know how to say water with a Japanese accent that you will learn from the sounds used in katakana, You can order one water, just like that. It's super easy. I guarantee you people won't be offended. They will understand exactly what you're saying. If you go up to someone and you say, one water, they'll be like, what? One water. They'll be like, what the fuck? If you say, one water, they will understand. I promise you that. Whatever you're doing on your Japanese trip, I guarantee you, don't speak in full sentences. Don't be like, excuse me, if you have time, could you please get me one water? They might be like, what? Like, I didn't understand the first part. Forget full sentences. Speak to people one word, 2 words at a time. Put your Japanese accent on them. Learn katakana so you can understand what Japanese sounds like, especially when they're pronouncing foreign words. If someone is talking about McDonald's, they say McDonaldo. Actually, they just say Maku. Or if you're in Kansai, they might say Makudo. But regardless, if you go up to someone and you say, where's the McDonald's? Or even if you say McDonald's, just one word, they're not going to know what the fuck you're saying. But if you say McDonaldo, they will be like, ah, yes, McDonaldo. If you go to a hotel, if you're on a Japan trip, if you go to a hotel, you want to book one night, you didn't make a reservation beforehand, just saying. Stick with me here. And you go up and you learn how to ask for 1 room, 2 people, 1 night. That's so much to learn in the Japanese language. Now, if you go up and you just say it in English, excuse me, we want 1 room for 1 night, 2 adults. They're not gonna know what you're saying. If you go up though and you say, 1 room, 1 night, 2 people, I guarantee you $100, they will know exactly what you're saying. Say you go to a restaurant and you're ordering a beer. Literally, the word for beer in Japanese is biru. Yes, they took it from English, biru. Same thing with literally the word for hotel. Outside of the traditional Japanese hotel, oyado, ryokan, they know the English word, hoteru. Most hotels, I would even say in Japan, they just call them hoteru. The reason that you would know how to say hotel with the Japanese accent is because you have learned katakana. And even if they don't typically use that katakana word, even if they actually use the Japanese word, let's say that in Japan they didn't call hotels hoteru. Let's say they never came up with that word. They always just said ryokan, yado, something like that. I still guarantee you, through reading, through watching TV, through hearing foreigners speak, at some point they remember the word hoteru. And if you go up and you ask where the hoteru is to somebody, they will know what you're saying. I promise you that. Don't speak in full sentences. Learn katakana, 1 word at a time. Put your Japanese accent on it. It's not racist. People will understand you and people will thank you. It makes things so much less awkward than you going up there and trying to put together an entire sentence in Japanese or read something off of Google Translate that's a Japanese sentence, but it's translated into Romaji and it doesn't sound anything like Japanese. It's gonna bypass that entire awkward situation and people will understand what you're saying. I promise you this. Second of all, if you're going around and you are reading signs, even if you're reading a pamphlet, you're reading a menu for something, there is so much katakana on menus. Biru, wine, pan for bread, water. Sometimes it's even written like water, juice is written on menus. Now, think about it. If you go through the trouble of learning hiragana or kanji, which is much more time consuming, if you go through the trouble of learning hiragana, not only do you have to learn what sound every single character makes, you also have to remember what that word means. So even if you can read the menu and you read udon-cha and it's written in hiragana for some reason and not kanji, you also have to remember, what the hell is udon-cha? I don't know what that is. I know that that's the sound it makes. I just don't know what it is. Now, if something is written in katakana and you understand the Japanese accent, you look at a menu, something says apple juice. You hear apple juice. Ah, what is apple juice? I know what apple juice is. Ah, okay. I know they have apple juice here. Naturally, it's not going to be perfect, but I promise you it's much better, much less time consuming, much more convenient. It will make your trip far easier. Learn katakana, fuck everything else, fuck learning phrases outside of the 5, 6, 7, onegai shimasu, blank wa doko desu ka, gochisou sama deshita, arigatou gozaimasu. Fuck all that shit. Outside of those, learn katakana. Forget hiragana, forget kanji. Learn katakana. Say 1 or 2 words at a time. Keep things simple. People will thank you so much. You will thank yourself. You will thank me. And guys, really, that's all you need to know. Study the fuck out of katakana. It's going to help you reading things. It's going to help you talking to people. It's going to help you understanding Japanese so much more than learning hiragana, learning kanji, learning how to put sentences together, all of this difficult grammar. It's not worth your time, I promise you, unless obviously you're trying to be fluent in the language and live here for a long period of time. Thank you so much. My name is Young James. I just gave you the best short-term Japanese advice that you're ever going to hear. I promise you that. Peace out, guys. Send me an email, whatever. Donate to the Ko-fi if you like the video. Thank you.